Welcome to today's Farm Life. I'm Doug Cunningham. We're standing in the calving barn over here at Cory Easton's place, and Cory would agree with me. 1st of March in South Dakota, you're either pushing snow or you're pulling calves. You've been at this now for, what, a week or two?
About 3 weeks.
First of all, how's it been going?
Pretty good. Definitely been pushing our fair share of snow like everybody else. It's a little tougher winter than most winters, but the calving side of it's going pretty good.
As far as the snow goes, I mean, that has an effect, whether it's cold or after it melts, the mud, you know what I'm saying? And the snow has an effect, a long-term effect on the calves, and that's hard to deal with.
It is. It's hard on the cattle. It definitely stresses them out a little bit. We put a lot of hours on the equipment trying to move the snow, so the water, when it does melt, that the water isn't in spots that's going to foul everything up. So a lot of work this year, a lot of added work.
I was going to say a lot of added work. I don't think a lot of people understand just exactly how much work this is. Kind of lay out a day for me. Would you, like, when you get up, how things go? And
most days kind of start around 6:30 or so around here. Kind of watching cameras. We've got a camera system for the calving operation, I guess. So kind of starts with that. We're watching that throughout the night, which makes life a lot easier. Having that camera system, we all kind of pitch in and check throughout the night. Throughout the morning, it starts. We kind of start chores, and my oldest he goes to MTI. I guess he kind of comes out here to let the heavies and deal with some of the pairs that have been born, and before he heads off to school. And then Sarah and I'll kind of get started on chores, and she comes out to the barn too and takes care of what he didn't take care of.
okay, now, on a normal day, if you went out to do chores and come back, what, 2-3 hours?
Yeah. We sold calves here a few weeks ago, so chores are a little less feeding, but definitely that seems to be replaced with pushing snow and dealing with just everyday problems with calving, I guess. Not that it's a lot of problems, but you gotta watch them pretty tight. We're calving heifers right now. I think we got about 35 to 40 on the ground right now, but you got the backwards calves, you got some bigger calves, and you got the calves that do come out and do what they're supposed to do.
Now, I want to make one point. I guess when you're doing all this, it's hard. It's hard enough, but then when you stop and think that when that calf comes out, I mean, that's your paycheck. I mean, that is your job. This is why you do what you do.
It is absolutely. Yep. When these calves hit the ground, I guess we think of them as feeder calves. Maybe not a $300 calf today, but maybe a $1,500-$1,600 calf. Going to market for us in February, and we try our darndest, like everybody else, I guess, to keep them alive and keep them going. There is a lot of commitment and dedication that goes into this, but at the end of the day, we feel it's well worth it. I guess it's a little bit different. It's fun to grain farm, and also fun to raise cattle. But when you get to raise cattle, sometimes there's definitely just as much pride in that. You get to watch them from that newborn 80-pound calf, to the day it goes to the market. So that's pretty special too. Thanks for coming out here and seeing what we do and educating some of the public out there too. So
It is a lot more work than I think a lot of people think.
Sure. A lot of work, a lot of long days, a lot of fuel. We've gone through so much fuel this year; it's not even funny. But and fuel filters with the way this year has gone. There's some cold days out there, and you got to keep going.
You're taking volunteers, right? Anybody want to come on to help?
Absolutely. And anybody that wants to come out and pitch in, we will. We'll make it right with them.
Now we're going to visit with Cory's wife, Sarah, and I'm going to have you introduce me to the young one here. First of all, Sarah. It gets to be a whole lot more work when we're calving. I mean, it just creates more. And we've talked to Cory about the to-do list and how much longer it takes. I mean, household run, kids to take care of, plus cows to take care of, right?
Yeah, it's all in one here. From cooking supper to getting laundry done to helping calves get on the ground and sucking and making sure everything the world goes around here.
So what I'm getting there is you're kind of the core of it all, right? Is it the boss?
I try to keep everybody juggled together and on task. And the day might start with a plan, but by the end of the day, you're pulled sometimes 10 different ways, and you didn't get done anything on your list done. But that's a way a farm wife's life goes some days.
Now, introduce me to who we have here. And from what I've been told, she's the one that likes to name the calves. Is that right?
Yes, this is our 8-year-old daughter Madison, and yes, she is my helper. Right now she has a bottle calf in the barn that we're nursing back to health that got stepped on by her mom and got 2 broken legs. So
you're doing all the work? Are you helping with all that work?
Yeah.
Okay, now did you name that calf?
Mm-hmm.
What's his name?
Cutie.
Cutie. Wow. Do you name all the calves?
Yeah.
All right. Creative names? Are they pretty?
oh yeah, we have Popcorn already this year, Big Albert. What else do we got? Ted.
So basically, Sarah, it would be you would consider it a family affair. I mean, top to bottom family affair, right?
Oh yes, it's top to bottom family affair around here. We do have one hired man that helps us out, but he's not so much on the cattle side. He's on the grain side, and he's just as important keeping stuff trucking. But yeah, it's everybody helps pitch in around here.
Cory, tell me a little bit about the when you said something about the family operation. Everybody's involved. Your family, everybody, right?
Yes, yep. It kind of starts. Dad is he's still actively farming about 3 miles away from here. He's still part of the process, no doubt. He is going to be about 70 years old here in March, so definitely slowing down as one probably should a little bit. But yeah, all the kids definitely contribute and help along with my wife, and it's definitely a family deal, without a doubt. They're all out helping.
And your oldest son is out here too. I'm probably pretty sure he's going to grow into like a right-hand man here.
He has, yes. It'd be pretty tough without him at this point. He's been a lot of help, changing from changing fuel filters today to just servicing tractors and part of the whole calving process when he's needed. He's here every morning and every evening, and when he can be.
I have to stop you. I'm going to. Do you take advice from your dad or your son, or do you give the advice? Who gives the advice?
We all kind of we all pitch in. We all throw it kind of at the wall and see what happens, I guess. Nope, we're all part of that process.
Well, I tell you what, the multi-generational, the families involved, everybody's involved. I want to thank you for your commitment and what you do and how you do it, and for everybody that does this type of thing in the spring. You either pushing snow or pulling calves this time of the year, and it's been a little tough doing a little of both, right? It is.
It has been. Just a little less time being able to be with the cattle. But thank goodness for Sarah and the kids to pick up what I'm not able to do due to pushing snow and keeping the equipment going too, and keeping cows fed and the whole process.
Just what you need, a little more, just more on your to-do list, right?
Of course. Wouldn't be any fun without it.
Okay, thank you very much, Cory. We're over here at Cory Easton's place. We're in the calving barn as we putting calves on the ground. Like we said, we're either pushing snow or pulling calves this time of the year in South Dakota. Remember, feel good about what you do today, because what you do today is very important. Until next time, for today's Farm Life, I'm Doug Cunningham.